Welcome to Body of Christ Real Talk, the series that I'm doing called The Food That I Love Was Killing Me.
I've always been overweight. I mean, I can't say I've tried every diet, but I've tried most of the popular diets at one time or another.
I have tried all sorts of diets. Can I name them?
Nutrisystem.
South
The
Beach
South Beach
diet.
was probably my most successful one.
Cabbage soup diet.
It's a 7-day diet where you're pretty much just drinking cabbage soup.
The Atkins diet.
Atkins diet. Atkins.
The healthy fats, the low fats, the non-fats.
The low carb. All I ate were chicken tenders and chicken wings.
The Master's Cleanse. Lemonade and cayenne pepper and maple syrup mixture that Beyonce did so I could get skinny like Beyonce. And that didn't work for me. Weight Watchers.
Everything, except for the unpractical ones. I don't like the cookie diet. That's just stupid.
And you're paying out thousands of dollars and nothing ever works. You might lose a few pounds, but nothing sticks. Nothing's right.
The diet industry has no reason to solve the problem. Solving the problem puts them out of business. Almost all diets are just low-calorie plans masquerading as some secret.
In order to lose weight and keep it off, people have to do an awful lot of hard work. They have to eat less and exercise more. They need to eat a balanced diet, and they need to be vigilant over a long period of time.
No publishing company is going to publish a book that says just eat a little bit less and move a little more. You got to have a hook or a gimmick.
One of the myths that's out there is that if you eat a calorie of fat, it's different than a calorie of lettuce or a calorie of candy or a calorie of pumpkin pie. For all intents and purposes, a calorie is a calorie.
There are only 3 macronutrients, and that.
Okay, welcome to Real Talk. All right, the reason I play that, and I hope you've been paying attention, I should have said that at first, because, I have a pet peeve, and this is not an anger. This is just something personal. I have a pet peeve when a person said they tried every diet. Because I don't believe nobody tried every diet, because there's so many diets. There's different type of diets. If you focus on the diet, and people said they tried every diet, and that's true. I tried not a whole lot, but several diets. They tried. I want to address this of every diet with the few minutes that I have left. And I remember that. And all these people that were saying that are obese people that are very overweight. I used to be there. This is not a put down. Every one of them is every weight. And you hear that a lot. I tried every diet. And you notice also the second part I wanted you to focus on was they was naming the different diets that they tried. And it's thousands, of diets out there. And I'm getting back when I'm focusing on the word diet. There's so many diets out there. And this is my perspective and my take. And, they start naming different diets, and whatever like that. And they said they tried them all. And none of them never worked. And when I hear a person say that, and I mentioned this before on previous shows that I have done since I've been doing this health show on the food that I love was killing me. I notice when people say that, they always blame the diet is the reason why they failed. It's never themselves. Now, I'm not saying everybody. It's always the diet that they tried is the reason, and it does not work. Is that true? Think about it. Is that true? If you tried every diet, and I know they haven't, if you tried every diet and all of them failed and did not work, could that be the diet's fault? Is there just an inkling of a possibility it might be yourself and your lack of stand on it, or your lack of willpower, or your lack of control of what you put in it, or lack of effort? Is there just an inkling that it can be you? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that this, but just think about it. Yes, there's a big chance that a lot of diets did not work because of us. It's not the diet all the time. The majority of them are, but it's a lot of time it's us. Especially if you're going to sit up there and say you tried every diet. I want you to just remember that, because if you heard that, many of these people said they tried every diet and it did not work. Okay. Therefore, if anybody come with you with any type of diet and just say, for instance, it failed or you did not stay on it, is it the diet or is it just you? If you try just say you tried 50 diets, I cannot just believe that it is the diet. Most of them was the diets. I got to say a lot of that was you, or most of it was you, why you did not stay on it. And I think one of the problems is you got bad diets out there, no doubt about it. You have many diets. One of the problems is addiction. One of the problems is addiction. What do I mean by addiction? A lot of these diets don't address the bad carbohydrates. I don't care what diet it is. A lot of them don't address the difference between carbohydrates and calories. Okay, let's say this. You heard this last doctor say, is a carbohydrate a calorie? Yes. Is eating sweets and sugars a calorie? Yes. Everything that you consume, has some type, I'm not going to say everything, but has some type of calorie. You can call it a calorie. And this doctor is correct, that last doctor that you heard. What he's not correct on, and I disagree with him big time on that, is every calorie is the same and every calorie affects you the same. That's not true. And I'm not even a doctor, and I know better than that. Okay? If you eat a vegetable, a green, which is a calorie, also carb, but just look at, for instance, for his sake, is a calorie, and you eat a jelly bean with all the sugar is a calorie, are they the same type of calorie? No. But are they calories? Yes. But would they affect you the same way? Most will not. No. My point is, a calorie, like you said, a calorie is still a calorie. That is true. But you don't want to mislead the people and have the people thinking because it's a calorie, you have to treat every calorie the same. No, you cannot. There's no way. Or many people wouldn't be in the situation they are now if all calories was the same. And a calorie is just a calorie. Bad carbohydrates is a calorie. Good carbohydrates is a calorie. Vegetables is a calorie. Meat is a calorie. You see, certain beverages are calories. An unsweetened drink is a calorie. A sweetened drink is a calorie. But do they affect you the same way? No. See, that's the mind of the Americans, because they're more focused on calories. And it sounds absurd when he said that. And a lot of doctors think that way. So in other words, a lot of people say they tried the Atkins, which I was successful on, but I messed up on the Atkins and it failed. Did the Atkins diet fail you, or you failed the Atkins diet? Because you have more people that's successful at the Atkins, done very well and doing very well. Why come it failed you? I'm not saying that, it didn't work for you. Maybe it's other things that's in your body why it didn't work, or you just cannot eat a lot of meat, or you just cannot consume this or that way. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But for the ones that's always pushing that, I tried every diet and they all fail, I can't buy that. I cannot buy that. You have to take on part of the responsibility. And one of the ways of doing it is stop looking at it as a diet and just say, I need to start another lifestyle of eating. Look at it more of a lifestyle of eating, And it's still going to come down. I'm going to fight this till teeth and nail, or tooth and nail, whatever you want to put it. The focus in American diets is usually low fat and less calories. And why many people fail, they don't focus on, they know about bad carbohydrates, but when they look at carbohydrates, they get stuck on the Atkins diet or the keto diet because they're against it. And she said every diet is out there not to help you. And one lady said that I disagree with that lady on it. Every diet is not out there to get your money and not to help you. No, that's not true either. See, a lot of people throw out a lot of misinformation out there. They might mean well, but meaning well means that a lot of times you can mean that you're wrong. Every diet out there is not just to mislead you because you won't make no, not to fish. There's some out there, of course, but there's a lot of diets out there that really can help you if you stick with them. If you stick with the diet, but also you got to know what's best for your body. God created our bodies in unique ways, and every diet does not work for everybody. But you're going to sit up here and say every diet you try because you're too focused on the word diet. We shouldn't be focused on diet all the time. We should be focused on how we should be eating. That's the key. You have to stop. We have to start training our brain to think, what should I be eating? What is best for my body? Not a diet. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, it ain't junk food. It ain't sweets. It ain't bad carbohydrates. It's none of that. And some people, it's not even vegetables or some fruits. You have to find out and search what's best for your body. But none of it is bad carbohydrates. It's bad junk food, carbohydrates, and all that other stuff, and a lot of low-fat stuff is never really that good for most people's bodies. Unless you live in a country that's all your body got used to eating. That's a whole new different story. But I'm talking about here in America. That's the consumption of foods that we eat here is junk food and ultra-processed food. So if you never learn how to stop your ultra-processed food eating, you only could look at one thing, calories. Stopping this, stopping that. And you will never address meat being the answer because you've been brainwashed to think that meat and stuff is still one of the biggest problems of your disease. So until you change that mindset, and it's going to be hard to do because most doctors believe that meat is not good. They believe in the high carbohydrate, low fat, and calorie counting over the low carb. So you're going to run into even diet programs that's going to address that more, unless you run into a keto program or metabolically low carb program or even some paleo programs, unless you're into Mediterranean stuff like that. If you don't get over that meat is okay, good meat, I ain't talking about ultra processed meat, it's okay to add with your diet, and it's a needed entity that you need in your diet. I'm not saying you have to, but it's a nutrition you will be missing. You will not address your problem. So all calories are not the same. I'm sorry, doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I know better than that. All calories is not the same, but everything you put in most things you put in your body, I agree with that, is a calorie. And he was kind of nonchalant with it, but all calories are not the same. Okay? Calories 30. Calories from fat, 97. You see all that? Calories, 30 grams of calories. I'm looking at the picture here. Calories from fat, 97. Total fat, 3 grams. Saturated fat, 1 gram. Trans fat, 2 grams. Cholesterol, 24 milligrams. Sodium, 29 milligrams. Total carbohydrates, 20 grams. Now, which one, as me on a low carb, would be looking at? I would be looking at the sugars. I wouldn't worry about the saturated fat. I wouldn't even worry about the cholesterol too much or even the sodium. I would be focused on how many carbohydrates up in there, how much sugar is in there as a low-key person. See, as a low-carb person. A low-calorie person would be focusing on all these other things and will ignore the carbohydrates. They will look at the calories. 30 calories, they will look at that and leave most everything else alone. Most of them. I'm not saying all. See? But a low-carb person always focuses on the carbohydrates and the sugar or the hidden sugars that's in food and drinks first. You see the difference? So you have to pick your own poison. That's the difference between low-carb and low-calorie. I wanted to put that out there. So all carbs are not the same. Every carb is not good for you. Some are and some not, calories-wise.